Picture this: 2,000 years ago, in the heart of ancient China, a dynasty rose to power that would forever change the course of history. The Han Dynasty, a golden age of innovation, culture, and mystery, left behind a legacy so vast that even today, we are still uncovering its secrets. But what if I told you that some of the most astonishing wonders of this era have been lost to time, buried beneath layers of history, waiting to be rediscovered? From groundbreaking inventions to breathtaking architectural feats, the Han Dynasty was a time when the impossible became possible. And now, we're about to embark on a journey to uncover 30 of its most forgotten marvels, wonders that shaped not just China, but the world as we know it. So, if you're ready to step into the shadows of history and explore the untold stories of this extraordinary era, stay with us. By the end of this video, you'll see the Han Dynasty in a whole new light, and you might just find yourself wondering how so much of its brilliance could have been forgotten. Let's dive in. Now, let's step into the heart of the Han Dynasty, where the story begins with the magnificent lost city of Chang'an. Imagine a city so vast and meticulously planned that it became the blueprint for future capitals across Asia. Chang'an wasn't just a city, it was a symbol of power, innovation, and cultural brilliance. At its peak, it was one of the largest and most advanced cities in the ancient world, home to over 250,000 people. But what made Chang'an truly extraordinary was its design. The city was laid out in a precise grid pattern, with wide, straight streets that divided it into distinct districts for markets, temples, and government buildings. This level of urban planning was unheard of at the time, and it allowed Chang'an to function as a well-oiled machine, bustling with life and activity. One of the most striking features of Chang'an was its massive city walls. These walls weren't just for defense, they were a statement of the dynasty's strength and ambition. Stretching over 25 kilometers in length and standing more than 12 meters high, they encircled the city like a protective embrace. But Chang'an wasn't just a fortress, it was a cultural and political hub. The city was a melting pot of ideas where scholars, merchants, and diplomats from across the empire and beyond gathered to exchange knowledge and goods. It was here that the Han Dynasty's influence radiated outward, shaping the course of history. And yet, despite its grandeur, much of Chang'an has been lost to time, buried beneath modern cities and forgotten by history. But its legacy lives on, a testament to the ingenuity and vision of the Han Dynasty. As we move forward, we'll uncover even more wonders that this remarkable era left behind. Now let's journey beyond the walls of Chang'an and into the vast network of trade routes that connected the Han Dynasty to the rest of the ancient world. The Silk Road wasn't just a path for merchants, it was a lifeline of ideas, cultures, and innovations that reshaped civilizations. Under the Han Dynasty, this sprawling network of routes became a cornerstone of global trade, linking China to Central Asia, the Middle East, and even Europe. But what made the Silk Road truly remarkable were the hidden treasures it carried: goods, knowledge, and traditions that traveled thousands of miles, transforming the societies they touched. At the heart of this exchange was silk, the luxurious fabric that gave the Silk Road its name. Han artisans perfected the art of silk production, creating a product so coveted that it became a symbol of wealth and status across the ancient world. But silk was just the beginning. The Han Dynasty also exported jade, lacquerware, and iron tools, while importing exotic goods like spices, glassware, and precious stones. These goods didn't just enrich the Han economy, they sparked a cultural revolution, introducing new flavors, materials, and artistic styles to Chinese society. Yet, the Silk Road was more than a trade route, it was a bridge between civilizations. Along its winding paths, ideas flowed as freely as goods. Buddhism, for example, traveled from India to China, leaving a lasting impact on Han culture and spirituality. Meanwhile, Chinese innovations like papermaking and advanced metallurgy spread westward, influencing societies far beyond the empire's borders. The Silk Road also became a melting pot of languages, religions, and traditions, where merchants, scholars, and travelers exchanged stories and knowledge. But not all treasures of the Silk Road were material. Some of its most enduring legacies were the connections it forged between distant peoples. Diplomats like Zhang Qian, whose expeditions we'll explore later, played a crucial role in opening these routes, paving the way for centuries of exchange. And while many of these ancient paths have faded into history, their impact remains, a testament to the Han Dynasty's vision of a connected world. As we continue, we'll uncover more of these forgotten wonders, each revealing a new layer of the Han Dynasty's extraordinary legacy. Now, let's turn our attention to one of the most daring figures of the Han Dynasty, Zhang Qian, the explorer whose journeys reshaped China's understanding of the world. Known as the pioneer of the Silk Road, Zhang Qian's expeditions were not just about trade. They were missions of discovery, diplomacy, and survival. Sent by Emperor Wu of Han in the 2nd century BCE, Zhang Qian's task was to forge alliances with distant peoples and gather intelligence about the lands beyond China's borders. What followed were journeys filled with danger, intrigue, and unexpected encounters that would leave a lasting mark on history. Zhang Qian's first expedition was anything but smooth. Captured by the Xiongnu, a nomadic confederation hostile to the Han, he spent 10 years in captivity. Yet, even in confinement, Zhang Qian's resolve never wavered. He eventually escaped, pressing onward to complete his mission. His travels took him deep into Central Asia, where he encountered civilizations like the Deyuan, known for their prized, heavenly horses, and the Bactrians, who introduced him to grapes and wine, luxuries that would later find their way to China. These encounters were more than just cultural exchanges. They were revelations that expanded the Han Dynasty's horizons. But Zhang Qian's greatest legacy lies in the connections he forged. His reports to Emperor Wu detailed the wealth and potential of the western regions, inspiring the Han Dynasty to establish trade routes that would become the Silk Road. Zhang Qian's journeys also revealed the existence of powerful empires like Parthia and India, opening the door for future diplomatic and economic ties. His courage and curiosity not only brought distant lands closer, but also laid the groundwork for centuries of cross-cultural exchange. Yet, Zhang Qian's story is also one of resilience and adaptability. On his second expedition, he faced harsh terrain, hostile tribes, and the constant threat of danger. Despite these challenges, he returned with invaluable knowledge, including maps, trade goods, and first-hand accounts of the peoples he met. These contributions were instrumental in shaping the Han Dynasty's foreign policy and its vision of a connected world. As we reflect on Zhang Qian's expeditions, we're reminded of the power of exploration to bridge divides and transform societies. His journeys were more than just physical travels. They were a testament to the human spirit's ability to overcome adversity and seek understanding. Next, we'll delve into another forgotten wonder of the Han Dynasty, one that revolutionized agriculture and laid the foundation for China's prosperity, the iron plow. Now, let's shift our focus from the adventurous journeys of Zhang Qian to a quieter, yet equally transformative revolution that took place in the fields of Han China, the invention and widespread use of the iron plow. While exploration expanded the empire's horizons, it was innovations like the iron plow that strengthened its foundations, enabling the Han Dynasty to feed its growing population and sustain its prosperity. Before the iron plow, farmers relied on wooden tools which were less durable and struggled to break through the tough, compacted soil of northern China. This limited agricultural productivity and made farming a labor-intensive process. But during the Han Dynasty, the introduction of ironworking techniques revolutionized farming. The iron plow, with its sturdy blade and efficient design, allowed farmers to till the soil more deeply and effectively, turning previously unusable land into fertile fields. The impact of the iron plow was profound. It not only increased crop yields but also reduced the physical strain on farmers, making agriculture more efficient and sustainable. With more food being produced, the Han Dynasty could support a larger population, which in turn fueled economic growth and urbanization. Cities expanded, trade flourished, and the empire's wealth grew, all thanks to this seemingly simple yet groundbreaking tool. But the iron plow's significance goes beyond its immediate agricultural benefits. It also reflects the Han Dynasty's broader commitment to innovation and progress. The development of ironworking technology was part of a larger trend of technological advancement during this period, which included improvements in metallurgy, irrigation, and even military equipment. The iron plow, in many ways, symbolizes the Han Dynasty's ability to harness technology to solve practical problems and improve the lives of its people. Interestingly, the iron plow also had social implications. By making farming more efficient, it allowed some farmers to produce surplus crops which could be sold or traded. This created opportunities for economic mobility and contributed to the rise of a more diverse and dynamic society. It's a reminder that technological innovations often have ripple effects, shaping not just economies but also the social fabric of a civilization. As we consider the iron plow's legacy, it's clear that this humble tool played a pivotal role in the Han Dynasty's success. It transformed agriculture, supported population growth, and laid the groundwork for centuries of Chinese prosperity. Next, we'll explore another forgotten wonder of the Han Dynasty, one that revolutionized the way knowledge was recorded and shared: the invention of paper. Now, let's turn our attention to a discovery that would forever change the way humanity recorded and shared knowledge: the invention of paper. While the iron plow transformed agriculture, paper revolutionized communication, education, and the preservation of ideas, leaving an indelible mark on the Han Dynasty and the world beyond. Before paper, people in ancient China relied on materials like bamboo strips, silk, and wooden tablets to write on. These were either cumbersome, expensive, or impractical for widespread use. Bamboo strips, for example, were heavy and required significant storage space, while silk was a luxury item far beyond the reach of most people. This made the act of writing and record-keeping a laborious and exclusive process, limiting the spread of knowledge to a privileged few. Enter Kai Lun, a Han Dynasty court official often credited with the invention of paper around the year 105. Kai Lun's innovation involved creating a lightweight, durable writing material from a mixture of mulberry bark, hemp, old rags, and fishnets. This process, though simple by today's standards, was groundbreaking at the time. The result was a material that was not only affordable and easy to produce but also versatile enough to be used for everything from official documents to personal letters. The impact of paper was immediate and far-reaching. For the first time, writing became accessible to a much broader segment of society. Government records could be kept more efficiently, and scholars could document their ideas with ease. This led to an explosion of literary and scientific works, fostering a culture of learning and intellectual exchange that would shape Chinese civilization for centuries. But the invention of paper didn't just benefit the Han Dynasty. It had global implications. Over time, the knowledge of papermaking spread along the Silk Road, reaching the Middle East, Europe, and eventually the rest of the world. This humble invention became the foundation for the spread of literacy, the preservation of history, and the advancement of science and culture across continents. Beyond its practical uses, paper also played a crucial role in the Han Dynasty's administrative efficiency. With paper, officials could draft and distribute policies more quickly, improving governance and communication across the vast empire. It also allowed for the creation of detailed maps, financial records, and legal documents, all of which were essential for managing the complexities of a growing state. The invention of paper is a testament to the Han Dynasty's spirit of innovation and its commitment to improving everyday life. It reminds us that some of the most profound changes in history come from seemingly simple ideas. As we move forward, we'll uncover another forgotten wonder of the Han Dynasty, one that showcases their mastery of craftsmanship and artistry, the Great Han Armory. Now, let's step into the realm of warfare and uncover one of the Han Dynasty's most impressive achievements, the Great Han Armory. While paper revolutionized communication, the Han Dynasty's advancements in weaponry and military strategy ensured their dominance on the battlefield, shaping the course of history in ways that still echo today. At the heart of the Han military's success was their mastery of metallurgy, which allowed them to produce weapons of unparalleled quality. Among these, the crossbow stood out as a game-changer. Unlike earlier versions, the Han crossbow was a marvel of engineering, capable of firing arrows with incredible precision and power. Its design included a sophisticated trigger mechanism, making it easier to operate while maintaining deadly accuracy. This weapon gave Han soldiers a significant advantage, allowing them to strike from a distance and overwhelm their enemies before close combat even began. But the crossbow was just one piece of the puzzle. The Han Dynasty also perfected the art of crafting iron swords, which were lighter, sharper, and more durable than the bronze weapons used by earlier armies. These swords became the standard for Han soldiers, enabling them to engage in hand-to-hand combat with greater efficiency. The widespread use of iron weapons not only improved the effectiveness of the Han military, but also reflected the dynasty's advanced technological capabilities. Beyond individual weapons, the Han Dynasty developed innovative battlefield tactics that maximized their strategic edge. One such tactic was the use of coordinated formations, where soldiers moved in unison to create impenetrable defenses or launch devastating attacks. These formations required rigorous training and discipline, showcasing the Han military's emphasis on organization and preparation. Additionally, the Han employed cavalry units equipped with powerful bows, allowing them to strike swiftly and retreat before the enemy could respond. The Great Han Armory wasn't just about weapons and tactics, it was also a testament to the dynasty's logistical prowess. The Han established extensive armories across their empire, ensuring that soldiers were well equipped no matter where they were stationed. These armories stored not only weapons but also armor, shields, and other essential supplies, all meticulously maintained to support the empire's vast military operations. The impact of the Han Dynasty's military innovations extended far beyond their own borders. Their advanced weaponry and strategies influenced neighboring regions and even future generations, setting new standards for warfare. The crossbow, in particular, became a symbol of military ingenuity, adopted and adapted by other cultures for centuries to come. As we reflect on the Great Han Armory, it's clear that the Han Dynasty's military achievements were as much about innovation as they were about strength. Their ability to combine cutting-edge technology with strategic brilliance not only secured their empire but also left a lasting legacy in the annals of military history. Next, we'll explore another forgotten wonder of the Han Dynasty, one that reaches for the stars and reveals their fascination with the cosmos, the Han Dynasty's forgotten astronomy. Now, let's turn our gaze upward to the heavens and uncover the Han Dynasty's forgotten contributions to astronomy. While their military might and technological innovations are well documented, their fascination with the stars and celestial phenomena is a lesser-known yet equally remarkable aspect of their legacy. The Han Dynasty's astronomers didn't just observe the skies, they sought to understand the universe, creating tools and systems that would influence scientific thought for centuries to come. At the heart of Han astronomy was the creation of detailed star charts, which mapped the positions of stars and constellations with remarkable accuracy. These charts weren't just decorative, they served practical purposes, guiding everything from agricultural planning to imperial decision-making. The Han believed that celestial events such as eclipses or the appearance of comets held significant meaning, often interpreting them as omens or messages from the heavens. This belief drove them to develop sophisticated methods for predicting these events, blending science with spirituality in a way that was uniquely Han. One of the most significant contributions of Han astronomers was the development of the armillary sphere, an intricate device used to model the movements of celestial bodies. This tool allowed them to track the paths of the sun, moon, and planets, providing a deeper understanding of the cosmos. The armillary sphere wasn't just a scientific instrument, it was a symbol of the Han Dynasty's intellectual ambition, reflecting their desire to unravel the mysteries of the universe. The Han also made groundbreaking strides in recording and interpreting celestial phenomena. They meticulously documented solar and lunar eclipses, noting their timing and duration with impressive precision. These records weren't just for historical purposes, they were used to refine their astronomical predictions and improve their calendar system. The Han calendar, which incorporated both lunar and solar cycles, was one of the most accurate of its time, ensuring that agricultural activities and religious ceremonies were aligned with the natural world. Perhaps one of the most fascinating aspects of Han astronomy was its influence on later scientific discoveries. The star charts and observational techniques developed during this period laid the groundwork for future astronomers in China and beyond. Even the armillary sphere, with its intricate design, would inspire similar instruments in other cultures, showcasing the Han Dynasty's far-reaching impact on the study of the heavens. As we reflect on the Han Dynasty's forgotten astronomy, it's clear that their contributions were as much about curiosity as they were about practicality. Their ability to blend observation with innovation not only advanced their own understanding of the cosmos, but also paved the way for future generations of scientists. Next, we'll delve into another forgotten wonder of the Han Dynasty, one that brings us face to face with their artistic and spiritual legacy, the lesser-known terracotta figures that rival the fame of the Qin Dynasty's army. While the Qin Dynasty's terracotta army has captured the world's imagination, the Han Dynasty's own terracotta figures remain a hidden treasure waiting to be discovered. These lesser-known cousins of the Qin terracotta warriors offer a fascinating glimpse into the artistic and spiritual world of the Han, revealing a legacy that is both distinct and deeply connected to its predecessor. Let's step into the shadows of history and uncover the secrets of these remarkable creations. Unlike the life-sized, militaristic figures of the Qin Dynasty, the Han terracotta figures were often smaller and more varied in their forms. They depicted not just soldiers but also musicians, dancers, acrobats, and even everyday citizens. This shift in focus reflects the Han Dynasty's broader cultural values, emphasizing harmony, entertainment, and the celebration of daily life. These figures were not just symbols of power, they were expressions of a society that valued art, creativity, and the human experience. One of the most striking examples of Han terracotta art comes from the Yongling Mausoleum, the burial site of Emperor Jing of Han. Here, archaeologists have uncovered thousands of miniature terracotta figures, each meticulously crafted with unique facial expressions and poses. These figures were designed to accompany the emperor in the afterlife, serving as a vibrant community that mirrored the world he once ruled. The attention to detail is astonishing, from the intricate hairstyles to the delicate folds of their clothing, showcasing the skill and artistry of Han craftsmen. Another remarkable site is the Han Yongling Museum, where visitors can see terracotta animals alongside human figures. Horses, dogs, and even pigs were carefully sculpted, reflecting the Han Dynasty's belief in the importance of animals in both daily life and the afterlife. These figures were not mere decorations. They were meant to provide companionship, sustenance, and protection for the deceased in the next world. This blend of practicality and spirituality is a hallmark of Han burial practices, offering a window into their worldview. While the Qin terracotta army is often celebrated for its grandeur and scale, the Han terracotta figures stand out for their diversity and humanity. They tell a story not of conquest but of community, capturing the essence of a society that valued balance and connection. The Han Dynasty's artisans took the terracotta tradition and made it their own, infusing it with a sense of life and individuality that continues to resonate today. As we explore these lesser-known terracotta figures, it's impossible not to marvel at the creativity and craftsmanship of the Han Dynasty. Their legacy reminds us that art is not just about grandeur, it's about capturing the spirit of a people and their time. Next, we'll set sail into another forgotten wonder of the Han Dynasty, uncovering their maritime expeditions and the far-reaching connections they forged across the seas. While the Han Dynasty's terracotta figures offer a glimpse into their artistic and spiritual world, their ambitions extended far beyond the land. The Han Dynasty's forgotten maritime expeditions reveal a bold and adventurous spirit as they ventured across the seas to establish trade routes and forge connections with distant lands. These naval explorations were not just about commerce, they were a testament to the Han Dynasty's curiosity, ingenuity, and desire to expand their influence across the known world. One of the most significant achievements of the Han Dynasty's maritime efforts was the establishment of trade routes to Southeast Asia. Chinese ships, equipped with advanced navigation tools and sturdy designs, sailed southward along the coast, reaching regions like Vietnam, Malaysia, and Indonesia. These voyages were not merely about transporting goods, they were cultural exchanges that brought new ideas, technologies, and traditions back to China. Silk, ceramics, and other Han products became highly sought after in these regions, while spices, precious woods, and exotic goods flowed into China, enriching its economy and culture. But the Han Dynasty's maritime ambitions didn't stop there. Evidence suggests that their ships may have ventured even further, reaching as far as the Indian Ocean. This was no small feat, considering the vast distances and unpredictable waters they had to navigate. The Han Dynasty's sailors relied on their knowledge of the stars, wind patterns, and ocean currents to guide their journeys. These expeditions opened up new opportunities for trade with kingdoms in India and beyond, creating a network of connections that would shape the region for centuries to come. One of the key figures in these maritime endeavors was the Han envoy Zhang Qian, whose overland journeys to Central Asia are well documented. However, his reports also inspired the Han Dynasty to explore the seas as they sought alternative routes to access the wealth and resources of distant lands. The maritime expeditions were a natural extension of this vision, demonstrating the Han Dynasty's ability to adapt and innovate in their pursuit of global influence. The impact of these maritime expeditions was profound. They not only boosted the Han Dynasty's economy, but also fostered a spirit of exploration and discovery. The knowledge gained from these voyages influenced Chinese cartography, shipbuilding, and navigation techniques, laying the groundwork for future maritime achievements. Moreover, these expeditions helped to spread Chinese culture and ideas, leaving a lasting legacy in the regions they touched. As we reflect on the Han Dynasty's forgotten maritime expeditions, we're reminded of their remarkable ability to look beyond their borders and embrace the unknown. These voyages were more than just trade missions, they were a testament to the Han Dynasty's vision, courage, and determination to connect with the wider world. Next, we'll turn our attention to another forgotten wonder of the Han Dynasty, exploring the exquisite art of lacquerware and its enduring cultural significance. Shifting our focus from the vast seas to the intricate artistry of the Han Dynasty, we now uncover the forgotten wonder of lacquerware. This exquisite craft, often overshadowed by other Han achievements, reveals a world of beauty, skill, and cultural depth that define the era. Lacquerware, with its glossy finish and intricate designs, was more than just decorative, it was a symbol of status, artistry, and the Han Dynasty's mastery of materials. The process of creating lacquerware was both labor-intensive and highly specialized. Artisans began by crafting the base object, often from wood or bamboo, and then applied layers of lacquer, a natural resin harvested from the lacquer tree. Each layer had to dry completely before the next could be added, a process that could take weeks or even months. The result was a durable, waterproof surface that could be polished to a brilliant sheen. But the true artistry lay in the decoration. Han artisans used techniques like carving, painting, and inlaying to adorn their lacquerware with intricate patterns, scenes from nature, and symbolic motifs. Dragons, phoenixes, and floral designs were common, each carrying deep cultural and spiritual meanings. Lacquerware served many purposes in Han society. It was used for everyday items like bowls, cups, and trays, as well as for ceremonial objects and burial goods. The durability of lacquer made it ideal for preserving food and liquids, while its beauty made it a prized possession among the elite. In fact, lacquerware was often given as gifts to foreign dignitaries, showcasing the Han Dynasty's artistic prowess and fostering diplomatic relationships. The discovery of lacquerware in tombs across China and beyond highlights its importance in both life and death, as it was believed to accompany the deceased into the afterlife. The cultural significance of lacquerware extended beyond its practical uses. It reflected the Han Dynasty's values of harmony, balance, and reverence for nature. The intricate designs often depicted scenes of the natural world, emphasizing the connection between humanity and the environment. At the same time, the craftsmanship required to produce lacquerware demonstrated the Han Dynasty's technological and artistic advancements, setting a standard that would influence Chinese art for centuries. As we admire the beauty and complexity of Han lacquerware, we're reminded of the skill and dedication of the artisans who created it. Their work not only enriched the lives of those who used it, but also left a lasting legacy that continues to inspire. Next, we'll delve into another forgotten wonder of the Han Dynasty, exploring the remarkable medical advances that transformed health and healing during this golden age. Turning now to the realm of health and healing, we uncover the Han Dynasty's remarkable contributions to medicine, a field where innovation and tradition intertwine to shape practices that endure to this day. The Han era was a time of profound medical discovery, where ancient wisdom met groundbreaking techniques, laying the foundation for centuries of progress in healthcare. One of the most enduring legacies of Han medicine is acupuncture. This practice, which involves inserting fine needles into specific points on the body to restore balance and alleviate pain, was refined during the Han Dynasty. Rooted in the philosophy of Qi, or life energy, acupuncture was seen as a way to harmonize the body's internal systems. Texts like the Huangdi Nijing or Yellow Emperor's Inner Canon detailed the principles of acupuncture and its connection to the body's meridians or energy pathways. These early insights not only advanced medical knowledge but also established acupuncture as a cornerstone of traditional Chinese medicine. Equally significant were the Han Dynasty's advancements in herbal remedies. Physicians of the time meticulously catalogued hundreds of plants, minerals, and animal products, creating an extensive pharmacopoeia. Herbs like ginseng, licorice, and ginger were prized for their healing properties, often combined into complex formulas tailored to individual ailments. These remedies were not just about treating symptoms but addressing the root causes of illness, reflecting a holistic approach to health. The Han Dynasty's emphasis on herbal medicine also fostered a deep understanding of botany and pharmacology, influencing medical practices far beyond China's borders. The Han Dynasty also saw the development of early surgical techniques, a testament to their growing understanding of the human body. While surgery was less common than other forms of treatment, Han physicians performed procedures such as wound stitching, abscess drainage, and even rudimentary forms of bone setting. Tools like bronze needles and scalpels have been found in archaeological sites, offering a glimpse into the precision and skill of Han surgeons. These techniques, though primitive by modern standards, represented a significant leap forward in medical practice. Beyond these specific innovations, the Han Dynasty's medical philosophy emphasized prevention and balance. physicians stressed the importance of diet, exercise, and emotional well-being in maintaining health, ideas that resonate with modern holistic medicine. The integration of these practices into daily life highlights the Han Dynasty's forward-thinking approach to healthcare, one that sought to nurture both body and mind. As we reflect on the Han Dynasty's medical achievements, we're reminded of their enduring impact on global health practices. From acupuncture to herbal medicine, these forgotten wonders continue to inspire and heal, bridging the gap between ancient wisdom and modern science. Next, we'll explore another facet of Han culture, delving into the forgotten art of music and dance that brought joy and meaning to their lives. Now, let's step into the vibrant world of the Han Dynasty, where music and dance were not just forms of entertainment but vital expressions of culture, spirituality, and social life. While much of this rich tradition has faded into obscurity, the echoes of Han melodies and movements still offer a fascinating glimpse into a society that celebrated harmony and artistry. At the heart of Han music were instruments that ranged from the delicate to the dramatic. The gyukin, a 7-stringed zither, was revered for its soothing tones and often associated with scholars and philosophers. Its music was believed to reflect the inner state of the player, making it a tool for both personal reflection and spiritual connection. Another iconic instrument was the pipa, a lute-like stringed instrument that added lively, rhythmic energy to performances. Drums, bells, and flutes also played essential roles, creating a symphony of sounds that accompanied everything from royal ceremonies to village festivals. Dance, too, was an integral part of Han culture, blending grace with storytelling. Court dances, often performed during imperial banquets and rituals, were meticulously choreographed to convey themes of unity, prosperity, and reverence for the heavens. These performances were not just displays of skill but also acts of devotion, meant to honor ancestors and deities. Folk dances, on the other hand, were more spontaneous and celebratory, reflecting the joys and struggles of everyday life. Dancers used flowing sleeves, ribbons, and intricate footwork to bring stories to life, captivating audiences with their artistry. One of the most intriguing aspects of Han music and dance was their connection to the natural world. Instruments were often crafted from materials like bamboo, wood, and silk, chosen for their resonance with the elements. Dances frequently mimicked the movements of animals or the rhythms of the seasons, embodying the Han belief in the interconnectedness of all things. This harmony between art and nature was not just aesthetic but deeply philosophical, reflecting the dynasty's broader worldview. Despite their cultural significance, many of these musical and dance traditions have been overshadowed by later developments. Yet, their influence can still be felt in modern Chinese performing arts, from the graceful movements of classical dance to the haunting melodies of traditional music. The Han Dynasty's artistic legacy reminds us that music and dance are more than mere entertainment. They are timeless expressions of human creativity and connection. As we leave the world of Han melodies and movements behind, we turn our attention to another forgotten wonder, the legal reforms that shaped the dynasty's governance and left a lasting mark on Chinese history. Moving from the artistic expressions of the Han Dynasty, we now delve into the realm of governance and justice, where the dynasty's legal reforms laid the groundwork for a more structured and equitable society. The Han Dynasty's legal system was not just a set of rules but a reflection of its philosophical ideals, blending Confucian principles with practical governance to create a framework that influenced Chinese law for centuries. At the core of Han legal reforms was the concept of rule by virtue, a Confucian ideal that emphasized moral leadership and ethical governance. Unlike the strict legalist policies of the preceding Qin dynasty, the Han sought to balance laws with compassion, ensuring that justice was tempered by humanity. This shift marked a significant departure from the harsh punishments of the past, introducing a system that valued rehabilitation over retribution. For instance, while the Qin dynasty often imposed severe penalties like mutilation or death for minor offenses, the Han introduced lighter punishments and emphasized education and moral reform. One of the most notable legal reforms was the codification of laws under Emperor Gyeazu, the dynasty's founder. He simplified the complex and often contradictory legal codes of the Qin, creating a more accessible and uniform system. This new legal framework was designed to be fairer and more transparent, reducing the arbitrary power of local officials and ensuring that laws were applied consistently across the empire. The Han also established a system of appeals, allowing citizens to challenge unjust rulings, a revolutionary concept at the time. Another key innovation was the introduction of filial piety laws, which reflected the Confucian emphasis on family and social harmony. These laws required children to respect and care for their parents, with severe penalties for those who neglected their duties. While this might seem strict by modern standards, it was a way to reinforce social stability and ensure that families remained the foundation of society. The Han also implemented laws to protect the vulnerable, such as widows and orphans, showcasing a commitment to social welfare that was ahead of its time. The Han legal system also played a crucial role in maintaining order across the empire's vast territories. Local magistrates were trained in both law and Confucian ethics, ensuring that they could administer justice while promoting moral values. This dual focus helped to unify the empire, as officials were not just enforcers of the law but also educators and role models. The Han even established a system of merit-based appointments, allowing talented individuals from humble backgrounds to rise through the ranks and contribute to governance. Despite their significance, many of these legal reforms have been overshadowed by later developments in Chinese history. Yet, their legacy endures in the principles of fairness, transparency, and moral governance that continue to shape legal systems today. The Han Dynasty's approach to law reminds us that justice is not just about punishment, but about creating a society where people can thrive. As we reflect on the Han Dynasty's legal innovations, we turn our attention to another forgotten wonder: the advanced water management systems that sustained the empire's agricultural and urban growth. Now, let's shift our focus to the remarkable engineering feats that kept the Han Dynasty thriving: its advanced water management systems. These systems were not just about survival, they were the lifeblood of the empire, enabling agricultural prosperity and urban growth on an unprecedented scale. At the heart of the Han Dynasty's success was its mastery of irrigation. Farmers across the empire relied on an extensive network of canals, reservoirs, and wells to bring water to their fields. One of the most impressive examples was the Zhang irrigation system, a marvel of ancient engineering that diverted water from the Min River to fertile farmlands. Unlike traditional dams, which often disrupted natural water flow, Zhang used a series of levees and channels to distribute water evenly, preventing both drought and flooding. This system, still in use today, is a testament to the ingenuity of Han engineers. But irrigation was only part of the story. The Han Dynasty also faced the constant threat of floods, which could devastate crops and displace entire communities. To combat this, they developed sophisticated flood control measures. Along the Yellow River, known as China's Sorrow for its destructive floods, the Han built massive dikes and embankments to contain the river's flow. They also implemented a system of spillways and diversion channels to redirect excess water during the rainy season, protecting farmland and settlements downstream. These efforts not only saved lives but also ensured a stable food supply for the growing population. Urban centers also benefited from the Han's water management innovations. Cities like Chang'an and Luoyang were equipped with intricate drainage systems to handle wastewater and prevent flooding during heavy rains. These systems included underground channels and covered gutters, which kept streets clean and reduced the risk of disease. The Han even constructed aqueducts to transport fresh water from distant sources, ensuring that cities had a reliable supply for drinking, bathing, and industry. What's truly remarkable is how these systems were maintained and expanded over centuries. The Han Dynasty established specialized government offices to oversee water management, employing skilled engineers and laborers to monitor and repair infrastructure. This level of organization and investment highlights the importance the Han placed on water as a resource, one that could make or break their empire. Yet, despite their significance, these water management systems are often overlooked in discussions of the Han Dynasty's achievements. They remind us that the empire's greatness wasn't just built on conquest or culture, but on the practical solutions that sustained its people. From the fields to the cities, water was the thread that wove together the fabric of Han society. As we marvel at these ancient innovations, let's turn our attention to another forgotten wonder, the Han Dynasty's forgotten glassmaking techniques, which reveal yet another layer of their technological brilliance. Now, let's step into a world of shimmering beauty and innovation as we uncover the Han Dynasty's forgotten glassmaking techniques. While the Han Dynasty is often celebrated for its monumental achievements in agriculture, military, and governance, its contributions to the art of glassmaking remain a hidden gem in its legacy. This ancient craft not only showcased the dynasty's technical prowess, but also played a significant role in shaping its cultural and economic landscape. Glassmaking during the Han Dynasty was a sophisticated process, blending artistry with advanced metallurgical knowledge. Artisans crafted glass using a combination of silica, lead oxide, and other minerals, creating vibrant colors and intricate design. One of the most fascinating aspects of Han glass was its use of lead-based formulas, which gave the glass a unique brilliance and clarity. This technique, though largely forgotten today, was a precursor to later innovations in glass production across the world. The Han Dynasty's glassmakers didn't just create functional objects, they turned glass into a medium of artistic expression. From delicate beads and ornate jewelry to intricate vessels and decorative plaques, Han glass artifacts were highly prized for their beauty and craftsmanship. These items often featured intricate patterns such as geometric shapes, floral motifs, and even depictions of mythical creatures, reflecting the rich cultural tapestry of the time. But the significance of Han glassmaking extended far beyond aesthetics. Glass became a valuable commodity in trade, both within the empire and along the Silk Road. Han glass beads, for example, have been found as far west as Central Asia and the Roman Empire, evidence of the dynasty's far-reaching trade networks. These exchanges not only brought wealth to the Han but also facilitated cultural interactions, as glassmaking techniques and styles were shared and adapted across regions. What's particularly intriguing is how the Han Dynasty's glassmaking techniques influenced later periods. The lead-based glass formulas developed during this time laid the groundwork for advancements in Chinese glass production during subsequent dynasties. Even more remarkable is the fact that some of these techniques were rediscovered centuries later, highlighting the enduring legacy of Han innovation. Yet, despite its importance, the art of Han glassmaking has been overshadowed by other achievements of the dynasty. It serves as a reminder that the Han's brilliance wasn't confined to grand monuments or military conquests. It was also found in the delicate, shimmering beauty of its glass. As we reflect on this forgotten wonder, we gain a deeper appreciation for the Han Dynasty's ability to blend practicality with artistry, creating objects that were both functional and breathtaking. With this glimpse into the world of Han glassmaking, let's now turn our attention to another fascinating aspect of the dynasty's legacy, its standardized coinage system, which revolutionized trade and economic stability across the empire. Now, let's shift our focus to a cornerstone of the Han Dynasty's economic success, its standardized coinage system. This innovation not only streamlined trade within the empire, but also laid the foundation for a stable and prosperous economy that would influence future generations. The Han Dynasty introduced a unified currency system, replacing the fragmented and inconsistent coinage of earlier periods. At the heart of this system was the Wuzhou coin, a round coin with a square hole in the center. This design wasn't just practical, it symbolized the harmony between heaven and earth, a core concept in Han philosophy. The Wuzhou coin became the standard currency, circulating widely across the empire and even beyond its borders. What made this system revolutionary was its consistency. The Han government ensured that every Wuzhou coin was of the same weight, size, and metal composition. This standardization eliminated confusion in trade, making transactions smoother and more reliable. Merchants no longer had to worry about varying coin values or counterfeit money, which had been common problems in earlier times. The impact of this coinage system extended far beyond commerce. By stabilizing the economy, the Han Dynasty was able to fund large-scale projects, such as the construction of roads, canals, and fortifications. These infrastructure developments, in turn, facilitated trade and communication across the vast empire, connecting distant regions and fostering cultural exchange. Trade along the Silk Road also benefited immensely from the Wuzhou coin. As merchants from Central Asia and beyond traveled into Han territory, they found a reliable currency that could be used to purchase goods and services. This ease of trade helped the Han Dynasty become a major player in the global economy of its time, with its coins even reaching as far as the Roman Empire. But the coinage system wasn't just about economics, it also reflected the Han Dynasty's administrative efficiency. The government established mints across the empire to produce the coins, ensuring a steady supply. Strict regulations were put in place to prevent corruption and maintain the quality of the currency. This level of organization was a testament to the dynasty's ability to manage a complex and sprawling empire. Interestingly, the Wuzhou coin remained in use for centuries, even after the fall of the Han Dynasty. Its enduring legacy is a testament to the effectiveness of the Han's monetary system. Yet, despite its significance, this achievement is often overshadowed by other aspects of Han history. As we reflect on the Han Dynasty's coinage system, we see how it was more than just a tool for trade. It was a symbol of unity, stability, and innovation. This forgotten wonder reminds us that the Han's brilliance extended into every corner of its society, from the battlefield to the marketplace. With this understanding of the Han Dynasty's economic ingenuity, let's now explore another remarkable aspect of its legacy: the forgotten literary works that captured the spirit of this golden age. Turning our attention to the realm of culture and intellect, we now uncover the forgotten literary treasures of the Han Dynasty. While later Chinese dynasties often steal the spotlight when it comes to literature, the Han era was a golden age of creativity and scholarship, producing works that shaped the intellectual landscape of ancient China. The Han Dynasty saw the flourishing of poetry, prose, and historical texts, many of which have been overshadowed by the literary giants of later periods. One of the most significant contributions was the Shiji, or Records of the Grand Historian, written by Zhang Qian. This monumental work is often considered the first comprehensive history of China, chronicling events from the mythical Yellow Emperor to the reign of Emperor Wu of Han. Zhang Qian's meticulous research and vivid storytelling set a standard for historical writing that influenced generations of scholars. But the Han Dynasty's literary achievements didn't stop at history. Poetry also thrived during this period, with the Fu style becoming particularly popular. These elaborate, descriptive poems often celebrated the grandeur of the empire, its landscapes, and its rulers. One notable example is the work of Sima Xiangru, whose Fu poems captured the splendor of the Han court and its surroundings. His writing was so admired that it became a model for poets in later dynasties. Prose writing also saw significant advancements during the Han Dynasty. Philosophical and political essays became a powerful medium for expressing ideas about governance, morality, and society. Thinkers like Dong Zhongshu, who played a key role in establishing Confucianism as the state ideology, used prose to articulate their visions for a harmonious and well-ordered empire. These writings not only reflected the intellectual debates of the time, but also helped shape the policies and values of the Han Dynasty. Another fascinating aspect of Han literature is its focus on everyday life. While much of the surviving work from later periods emphasizes grand themes and elite culture, Han texts often provide glimpses into the lives of ordinary people. For example, the Yuefu poems collected by the Imperial Music Bureau captured the voices of common folk through songs and ballads. These works offer a rare window into the hopes, struggles, and joys of Han society, making them invaluable for understanding the era. Despite their significance, many of these literary works have been overshadowed by the masterpieces of the Tang and Song dynasties. Yet, the Han Dynasty's contributions laid the groundwork for China's literary tradition. Its emphasis on historical accuracy, poetic expression, and philosophical inquiry set the stage for the cultural achievements that followed. As we explore these forgotten literary works, we gain a deeper appreciation for the Han Dynasty's intellectual legacy. These texts remind us that the Han was not only a time of military might and economic innovation, but also a period of profound cultural and artistic achievement. With this newfound understanding of the Han's literary brilliance, let's now journey into another fascinating aspect of its legacy: the intricate silk production techniques that made the dynasty a global trade powerhouse. Shifting our focus from the literary treasures of the Han Dynasty, we now step into the world of one of its most luxurious and influential industries, silk production. The Han Dynasty's mastery of silk weaving and trade not only transformed its economy, but also left an indelible mark on global history, connecting China to distant lands through the legendary Silk Road. Silk, often referred to as the fabric of emperors, was more than just a material in Han China. It was a symbol of wealth, power, and cultural sophistication. The intricate process of silk production began with the cultivation of silkworms, which were carefully raised on mulberry leaves. These tiny creatures spun cocoons made of fine, shimmering threads, which were then harvested and meticulously unraveled. The threads were spun into yarn, dyed in vibrant colors, and woven into exquisite fabrics that were prized across the ancient world. What made Han silk truly remarkable was the level of craftsmanship involved. Artisans developed advanced techniques such as the use of complex looms and intricate weaving patterns to create textiles of unparalleled quality. Some of the most famous Han silks featured elaborate designs, including mythical creatures, floral motifs, and geometric patterns, each carrying symbolic meanings. These fabrics were not only worn by the elite, but also used in religious ceremonies, diplomatic gifts, and even as a form of currency. The Han Dynasty's silk production played a pivotal role in its trade networks, particularly along the Silk Road. This vast network of trade routes connected China to Central Asia, the Middle East, and even Europe, allowing Han silk to reach markets thousands of miles away. The demand for this luxurious fabric was so high that it became one of the most sought-after commodities in the ancient world. In exchange for silk, the Han Dynasty imported goods like spices, glassware, and precious metals, enriching its culture and economy. But silk was more than just a trade good. It was a medium of cultural exchange. As Han silk traveled along the Silk Road, it carried with it Chinese art, technology, and ideas, influencing the cultures it touched. At the same time, foreign influences made their way back to China, creating a dynamic exchange of knowledge and creativity. This cultural interplay helped shape the Han Dynasty's identity as a cosmopolitan and innovative empire. Despite its global significance, the techniques and artistry of Han silk production have often been overshadowed by later developments in Chinese history. Yet, the Han Dynasty's contributions laid the foundation for China's enduring legacy as the world's leading producer of silk. Its innovations in weaving, dyeing, and trade set standards that would be admired and emulated for centuries. As we reflect on the Han Dynasty's silk production, we gain a deeper appreciation for how this delicate fabric wove together the threads of history, connecting distant civilizations and shaping the course of global trade. With this understanding, let's now turn our attention to another architectural marvel of the Han Dynasty: its forgotten palaces, temples, and bridges, which stand as testaments to its engineering brilliance. Moving from the delicate artistry of silk production, we now step into the realm of stone and timber, where the Han Dynasty's architectural genius comes to life. While many are familiar with the grandeur of later Chinese structures like the Great Wall or the Forbidden City, the Han Dynasty's forgotten architectural marvels remain hidden gems, showcasing a blend of innovation, artistry, and engineering that laid the groundwork for centuries of Chinese architecture. One of the most striking examples of Han architecture was the imperial palaces of Chang'an, the dynasty's capital. These sprawling complexes were not just symbols of power but also feats of engineering. Built on a massive scale, the palaces featured towering gates, expansive courtyards, and intricate wooden frameworks that demonstrated the Han builders' mastery of structural design. The use of bracket sets, known as dugong, allowed for wide, open spaces without the need for heavy walls, creating a sense of lightness and grandeur. These techniques would later become hallmarks of traditional Chinese architecture. Temples from the Han Dynasty also stand as testaments to its architectural prowess. One such example is the White Horse Temple, often regarded as the first Buddhist temple in China. Built during the later years of the Han Dynasty, this temple blended Chinese architectural styles with influences from India, reflecting the cultural exchanges facilitated by the Silk Road. Its design featured multi-tiered roofs, ornate carvings, and symbolic motifs, creating a space that was both spiritual and visually stunning. But it wasn't just palaces and temples that showcased the Han Dynasty's ingenuity. Bridges played a crucial role in connecting the empire. The Anji Bridge, though often attributed to later periods, had its roots in Han engineering principles. Han builders developed advanced techniques for constructing stone arch bridges, using precise calculations to distribute weight and withstand the forces of nature. These bridges not only facilitated trade and travel, but also stood as enduring symbols of the dynasty's commitment to infrastructure and progress. What makes Han architecture truly remarkable is its blend of form and function. Buildings were designed not only to impress but also to serve practical purposes. For instance, the use of raised platforms in palaces and temples protected structures from flooding, while their orientation often followed principles of feng shui, harmonizing with the natural environment. This thoughtful integration of aesthetics and utility reflects the Han Dynasty's holistic approach to design. Despite their significance, many of these architectural wonders have been overshadowed by the passage of time. Natural disasters, wars, and the ravages of history have left only fragments of what once stood. Yet, through archaeological discoveries and historical records, we can piece together the story of these forgotten marvels, gaining insight into the creativity and ambition of Han builders. As we marvel at the Han Dynasty's architectural achievements, we're reminded of how these structures were more than just buildings. They were expressions of a civilization's identity, values, and aspirations. With this appreciation for their engineering brilliance, let's now turn our attention to another forgotten wonder: the Han Dynasty's efficient postal system, which connected the vast empire in ways that were revolutionary for its time. Now, let's shift our focus from the towering structures of the Han Dynasty to a different kind of marvel, one that moved not stone or timber, but information. The Han Dynasty's postal system was a groundbreaking network that connected the vast empire, enabling communication, governance, and trade on an unprecedented scale. While it might not be as visually striking as a palace or temple, this system was a cornerstone of the dynasty's success, showcasing their ingenuity in organization and logistics. At the heart of this system was the yi, or relay stations, strategically placed along major roads and trade routes. These stations served as hubs where messengers could rest, change horses, and pass along official documents. The network was so efficient that messages could travel hundreds of miles in a matter of days, a remarkable feat for the time. This speed and reliability were crucial for maintaining control over the empire's sprawling territories, allowing the central government to issue orders, collect taxes, and respond to crises with remarkable efficiency. The postal system wasn't just about speed, it was also about precision. Messengers were highly trained and carried official seals to authenticate their documents, ensuring that sensitive information remained secure. The system even had a form of early postal codes, with documents marked with specific symbols to indicate their destination or urgency. This level of organization was far ahead of its time and laid the groundwork for later communication networks in China and beyond. But the postal system's impact went beyond governance. It also played a vital role in trade and cultural exchange. Merchants used the network to send letters and contracts, while scholars and officials exchanged ideas and reports, fostering intellectual growth across the empire. The Silk Road, which we explored earlier, benefited greatly from this system, as it allowed goods and information to flow seamlessly between distant regions. What's truly fascinating is how the Han Dynasty's postal system reflected their broader values. It was a testament to their commitment to order, efficiency, and connectivity, values that defined their approach to governance and society. By creating a system that brought people and ideas together, the Han Dynasty not only strengthened their empire but also left a lasting legacy that influenced future generations. As we reflect on this forgotten wonder, it's clear that the Han Dynasty's postal system was more than just a practical tool. It was a symbol of their vision for a unified and interconnected world. With this in mind, let's now turn to another aspect of Han culture that has been overshadowed by time: the forgotten rituals and ceremonies that shaped the spiritual and social life of the empire. Now, let's step into the spiritual heart of the Han Dynasty, where rituals and ceremonies were not just events but the very fabric of daily life. These practices, though largely forgotten today, were central to the empire's identity, shaping everything from governance to personal relationships. They were a way for the Han people to connect with the divine, honor their ancestors, and maintain harmony between heaven, earth, and humanity. One of the most significant rituals was the Fengshen ceremony, a grand offering to heaven and earth performed by the emperor. This elaborate event symbolized the ruler's divine mandate to govern and was held at sacred mountains like Mount Tai. The ceremony involved intricate preparations, including the construction of altars, the offering of precious goods, and the recitation of prayers. It was a moment of unity where the emperor, as the intermediary between heaven and earth, sought blessings for the empire's prosperity and stability. But rituals weren't confined to the imperial court. In homes across the empire, families performed ancestral worship, a practice that honored deceased relatives and sought their guidance and protection. Ancestral altars were common in Han households, adorned with offerings of food, wine, and incense. These ceremonies reinforced the belief that the living and the dead were connected, creating a sense of continuity and respect for lineage that was deeply ingrained in Han culture. Seasonal festivals also played a vital role in Han society. The Qingming festival, for example, was a time for families to visit ancestral graves, clean the burial sites, and make offerings. It was both a solemn remembrance and a celebration of life, blending reverence with community bonding. Similarly, the Duanwu festival, marked by dragon boat races and the eating of zongzi, honored the poet Yuan while also celebrating the arrival of summer. These festivals were not just about tradition, they were moments of collective joy and reflection that brought people together. Music and dance were integral to many Han rituals, serving as a bridge between the earthly and the divine. Ceremonial music performed on instruments like the kin and si was believed to have the power to communicate with the gods. Dances, often performed in elaborate costumes, told stories of myth and history, bringing the past to life in a way that words alone could not. These performances were more than entertainment, they were acts of devotion and storytelling that preserved the empire's cultural heritage. What's striking about these rituals is how they reflected the Han Dynasty's worldview. They emphasized balance, respect, and interconnectedness, values that permeated every aspect of life. Whether it was the emperor performing a grand ceremony or a family honoring their ancestors, these practices were a reminder of the shared bonds that held society together. As we uncover these forgotten rituals, we gain a deeper understanding of the Han Dynasty's spiritual and social fabric. These ceremonies were more than traditions, they were expressions of a culture that valued harmony, memory, and connection. With this in mind, let's now turn to another forgotten aspect of Han life, the influential but often overlooked philosophers who shaped the empire's intellectual landscape. While the Han Dynasty is often celebrated for its grand rituals and cultural achievements, its intellectual legacy is equally profound, shaped by thinkers whose ideas continue to resonate today. Among these were lesser-known philosophers who quietly influenced the empire's spiritual and political landscape, leaving behind a rich tapestry of thought that blended Confucianism, Taoism, and legalism. These thinkers may not be as famous as Confucius or Laozi, but their contributions were vital in shaping the Han Dynasty's worldview and governance. One such figure was Dong Zhongshu, a philosopher who played a pivotal role in elevating Confucianism to the status of state ideology. Dong reinterpreted Confucian teachings to align with the needs of the Han Empire, emphasizing the concept of the mandate of heaven as a moral framework for rulers. He argued that the emperor's authority was not absolute but conditional on his ability to govern justly and maintain harmony between heaven, earth, and humanity. Dong's ideas became the foundation of Han governance, influencing policies and shaping the moral compass of the empire. Another influential thinker was Zhang Qian, a scholar who sought to bridge the gap between Confucianism and Taoism. Yang believed that both philosophies offered valuable insights into human nature and the cosmos. In his work Take Xuanjing, or the Classic of the Great Mystery, he explored the interplay between order and chaos, drawing on Taoist principles of natural harmony while advocating for Confucian virtues like filial piety and ethical governance. Yang's synthesis of these traditions reflected the Han Dynasty's broader effort to balance tradition with innovation. On the other end of the philosophical spectrum was Huan Tan, a legalist thinker who challenged the dominance of Confucianism. Huan argued that strict laws and clear rewards and punishments were essential for maintaining social order. While his ideas were controversial, they provided a counterbalance to the more idealistic Confucian and Taoist philosophies, reminding the Han rulers of the practical realities of governance. Huan's work highlighted the tension between moral ideals and the need for effective administration, a debate that continues to shape political thought today. These philosophers, though often overshadowed by their more famous predecessors, were instrumental in shaping the intellectual currents of the Han Dynasty. Their ideas not only influenced the empire's policies but also enriched its cultural and spiritual life, creating a legacy that endures to this day. By exploring their contributions, we gain a deeper appreciation for the complexity and diversity of Han thought, a testament to the dynasty's enduring intellectual vitality. As we reflect on these forgotten philosophers, we're reminded that the Han Dynasty was not just a time of material achievements, but also a golden age of ideas. Their work invites us to consider how philosophy can shape societies and inspire generations. With this in mind, let's now turn to another fascinating aspect of Han life, the vibrant world of fashion and textiles that define the era's aesthetic and cultural identity. Now let's step into the vibrant world of Han Dynasty fashion and textiles, where clothing was more than just a necessity. It was a statement of identity, status, and artistry. The Han Dynasty's approach to fashion was deeply intertwined with its cultural values, social hierarchy, and technological advancements, creating a rich tapestry of styles that reflected the era's sophistication. At the heart of Han fashion was silk, a fabric so prized that it became synonymous with Chinese culture itself. The Han Dynasty perfected the art of silk production, weaving intricate patterns and designs that showcased the skill of its artisans. Silk garments were not only luxurious but also symbolic, often worn by the elite to signify their wealth and status. The most elaborate pieces, adorned with embroidery and vibrant dyes, were reserved for royalty and high-ranking officials, while simpler designs were worn by the common people. But silk wasn't the only fabric that defined Han fashion. Hemp and ramie were widely used for everyday clothing, offering durability and comfort for laborers and farmers. These materials were often dyed in earthy tones like brown, green, and blue, using natural pigments derived from plants and minerals. The Han Dynasty's mastery of dyeing techniques allowed for a wide range of colors, from deep indigos to bright yellows, creating a visual language that communicated social roles and personal taste. The styles of Han clothing were as diverse as the fabrics themselves. Men typically wore robes with wide sleeves and sashes, while women favored flowing dresses with layered skirts. Both genders accessorized with belts, hats, and jewelry, often made from jade, gold, or bronze. Footwear ranged from simple sandals to elaborately decorated boots, depending on one's social standing. What's particularly fascinating is how Han fashion reflected the dynasty's philosophical ideals. Confucian values of modesty and propriety influenced the design of clothing, emphasizing simplicity and harmony. At the same time, Taoist principles of natural beauty inspired the use of organic patterns and motifs, such as flowers, birds, and clouds, which adorned many garments. The Han Dynasty's fashion legacy extends far beyond its time, influencing later Chinese dynasties and even modern design. By exploring these forgotten textiles and styles, we gain a deeper appreciation for how clothing can tell the story of a civilization, its values, its innovations, and its people. As we admire the artistry of Han fashion, let's turn our attention to another aspect of daily life in the Han Dynasty: the games and pastimes that brought joy and entertainment to its citizens. Now, let's step into the lively world of Han Dynasty games and pastimes, where entertainment and leisure played a vital role in the daily lives of its citizens. Beyond the grandeur of palaces and the bustle of markets, the people of the Han Dynasty found joy in a variety of activities that reflected their creativity, social bonds, and love for competition. One of the most popular pastimes was Liubo, an ancient board game that combined strategy and chance. Played with dice and carved pieces, Liubo was not just a game but also a reflection of the Han Dynasty's fascination with balance and harmony. Scholars and nobles often gathered to play, turning it into a social event filled with lively conversation and friendly rivalry. For those who preferred physical activity, Kuju, an early form of soccer, was a favorite. Played with a leather ball stuffed with feathers, Kuju involved kicking the ball into a net or through a goal, showcasing agility and teamwork. It wasn't just a sport, it was a way to build camaraderie and celebrate physical prowess. Soldiers even used it as a form of training to improve their coordination and endurance. Children, too, had their share of fun. They played games like Tao Hu, a skill-based activity where players tossed arrows into a narrow-necked jar. This game required precision and focus, and it was often accompanied by laughter and cheers as players competed to see who could land the most arrows. Music and dance also played a significant role in Han leisure. Performances featuring traditional instruments like the gyukin and pipa were common at festivals and gatherings. These events weren't just entertainment, They were a way to connect with cultural traditions and express emotions through art. Interestingly, many of these games and pastimes were more than just fun. They were deeply tied to the Han Dynasty's philosophical and spiritual beliefs. Activities like Liubo and Tao, who were seen as ways to cultivate patience, focus, and harmony, aligning with Confucian and Taoist principles. As we explore these forgotten games, we're reminded that the Han Dynasty wasn't just a time of grand achievements, it was also a time of joy, creativity, and connection. These activities offer a glimpse into the everyday lives of people who, despite the challenges of their era, found ways to celebrate life and build community. With this vibrant picture of Han leisure in mind, let's now turn to another fascinating aspect of their world: the environmental practices that shaped their relationship with nature. Now, let's shift our focus to a lesser-known but equally remarkable aspect of the Han Dynasty: their forward-thinking environmental practices. While we often think of sustainability as a modern concept, the Han Dynasty was already implementing practices that reflected a deep respect for nature and a commitment to preserving it for future generations. One of the most notable efforts was their dedication to reforestation. The Han Dynasty recognized the importance of forests in maintaining ecological balance and preventing soil erosion. In areas where deforestation had occurred due to agriculture or construction, they actively planted trees to restore the land. This wasn't just about practicality, it was also tied to their philosophical beliefs. Confucianism and Taoism both emphasized harmony with nature, and reforestation was seen as a way to align human activity with the natural order. Wildlife conservation was another key focus. The Han Dynasty established protected areas where hunting was restricted or prohibited, allowing animal populations to thrive. These areas, often referred to as royal parks, were not only spaces for leisure but also served as sanctuaries for endangered species. The idea was to ensure that future generations could enjoy the same biodiversity that the Han people valued so deeply. Water management also played a crucial role in their environmental practices. The Han Dynasty developed sophisticated irrigation systems that not only supported agriculture but also prevented the overuse of water resources. Canals and reservoirs were carefully designed to distribute water efficiently, reducing waste and ensuring that communities had access to clean water year-round. Interestingly, these practices weren't just about survival, they were also tied to the Han Dynasty's vision of prosperity. By maintaining a healthy environment, they believed they could ensure long-term stability and abundance for their empire. This holistic approach to sustainability is a testament to their ingenuity and foresight. As we reflect on these forgotten environmental practices, it's clear that the Han Dynasty was far ahead of its time. Their efforts to protect and restore nature remind us that sustainability is not a new idea. It's a timeless principle that has shaped human history in profound ways. With this understanding of their environmental legacy, let's now explore another fascinating aspect of the Han Dynasty: the influential women who left their mark on this remarkable era. Now, let's turn our attention to a group of remarkable individuals whose stories have often been overshadowed by the grand narratives of emperors and generals: the influential women of the Han Dynasty. While history books tend to focus on the achievements of men, the Han Dynasty was also shaped by the leadership, intellect, and courage of women who played pivotal roles in politics, culture, and society. One of the most prominent figures was Empress Lu, the wife of Emperor Gaozu, the founder of the Han Dynasty. After her husband's death, Empress Lu took control of the empire as regent, effectively ruling for over a decade. She was a shrewd political strategist, consolidating power and ensuring stability during a turbulent period. Her reign demonstrated that women could wield authority just as effectively as men, challenging the traditional gender norms of the time. Another influential woman was Ban Zhao, a scholar and historian whose contributions to literature and education were groundbreaking. Ban Zhao completed her brother's work on the Book of Han, one of the most important historical texts of the era. She also wrote Lessons for Women, a guide that emphasized education and moral conduct for women. While some of her ideas reflected the patriarchal values of her time, her work also advocated for women's intellectual growth and self-respect, leaving a lasting impact on Chinese culture. We must also mention Empress Du, who rose from humble beginnings to become one of the most powerful women in the Han Dynasty. As the wife of Emperor Wen and mother of Emperor Jing, she wielded significant influence over court politics. Empress Du was a staunch supporter of Taoism, and her patronage helped elevate the philosophy to a position of prominence during her son's reign. Her legacy is a testament to the ways women could shape not only politics but also the intellectual and spiritual life of the empire. Beyond the imperial court, women like Lady Wei, a skilled physician, made significant contributions to medicine. Her expertise in acupuncture and herbal remedies advanced medical knowledge during the Han Dynasty, saving countless lives and laying the groundwork for future innovations in Chinese medicine. These women, and many others like them, remind us that the Han Dynasty was not just a story of emperors and warriors. It was also a time when women, despite societal constraints, found ways to lead, innovate, and inspire. Their stories challenge us to look beyond the surface of history and recognize the diverse voices that shaped this extraordinary era. As we celebrate these forgotten women leaders, let's now explore another fascinating aspect of the Han Dynasty: the military fortifications that protected the empire from external threats. Now, let's shift our focus to the formidable military fortifications that stood as silent guardians of the Han Dynasty. These structures, often overshadowed by the grandeur of palaces and temples, played a crucial role in safeguarding the empire from invasions and maintaining order across its vast territories. The Han Dynasty's military fortifications were marvels of engineering and strategy. Stretching across the empire's borders, these defensive walls, forts, and watchtowers were designed to protect against nomadic tribes like the Xiongnu, who frequently raided from the north. The most famous of these defenses was the Great Wall, which the Han Dynasty expanded and reinforced. While the Qin Dynasty began its construction, the Han rulers extended it further, adding watchtowers and garrisons to strengthen its effectiveness. These watchtowers were more than just lookout points. They served as communication hubs, allowing soldiers to relay messages across vast distances using smoke signals and flags. This system enabled the Han military to respond swiftly to threats, ensuring that even the most remote outposts were connected to the central command. Forts, on the other hand, were strategically placed along trade routes and near vulnerable borders. These fortified structures housed troops, stored supplies, and provided a safe haven for civilians during times of conflict. One notable example is the fort at Dunhuang, a key outpost along the Silk Road. It not only protected merchants and travelers but also facilitated cultural exchanges between the Han Empire and distant civilizations. The construction of these fortifications was a massive undertaking, requiring thousands of laborers and meticulous planning. The walls were built using rammed earth, a technique that involved compacting layers of soil and gravel to create a durable barrier. This method, though labor-intensive, proved highly effective in withstanding both the elements and enemy attacks. Beyond their practical purpose, these military structures also symbolized the strength and unity of the Han Empire. They were a testament to the dynasty's ability to mobilize resources and manpower on an unprecedented scale. The fortifications not only defended the empire but also reinforced its authority, reminding both allies and adversaries of the Han Dynasty's dominance. As we reflect on these forgotten military marvels, it's clear that they were more than just walls and towers. They were the backbone of the Han Empire's security, enabling it to thrive for centuries. Next, we'll uncover another hidden gem of the Han Dynasty: its culinary traditions, which reveal the flavors and customs of everyday life during this remarkable era. Now, let's step away from the towering fortifications and into the bustling kitchens and dining halls of the Han Dynasty, where the flavors of an ancient empire come to life. The culinary traditions of the Han Dynasty offer a fascinating glimpse into the daily lives of its people, revealing not just what they ate, but how food shaped their culture, rituals, and social interactions. The Han Dynasty's cuisine was as diverse as its empire, blending ingredients and techniques from across its vast territories. Staple foods like millet, wheat, and rice formed the backbone of the Han diet, often served alongside vegetables such as cabbage, turnips, and beans. Meat, though less common for the average person, was enjoyed by the elite, with pork, chicken, and even dog meat appearing in wealthier households. Fish, caught from the empire's rivers and lakes, was another popular protein, often preserved through salting or drying to extend its shelf life. One of the most iconic dishes of the Han Dynasty was bing, a type of flatbread or pancake that could be filled with meat, vegetables, or sweet fillings like honey and nuts. These versatile creations were a favorite among travelers and soldiers, providing a portable and nutritious meal. Another beloved dish was soup, often made with a rich broth and served with noodles or dumplings. The Han Dynasty's love for soup even extended to ceremonial occasions, where it symbolized prosperity and unity. Dining customs during the Han Dynasty were deeply tied to social hierarchy and etiquette. Meals were often communal, with family members or guests sharing dishes from a central table. The use of chopsticks, which became widespread during this period, reflected the dynasty's emphasis on refinement and practicality. For the elite, banquets were elaborate affairs, featuring multiple courses and exotic delicacies like turtle, pheasant, and even rare spices imported from distant lands. The Han Dynasty also placed great importance on the ritual and medicinal aspects of food. Many dishes were prepared not just for their taste but for their perceived health benefits. Herbs like ginger, garlic, and ginseng were commonly used to balance the body's energies, a practice rooted in traditional Chinese medicine. Wine made from fermented grains was another staple, enjoyed both for its flavor and its role in ceremonies and celebrations. Interestingly, the Han Dynasty's culinary innovations extended beyond the kitchen. The invention of advanced cooking tools such as the tripod cauldron and steamers revolutionized food preparation, allowing for more complex and varied dishes. These tools, along with the development of food preservation techniques like pickling and smoking, ensured that the Han people could enjoy a rich and diverse diet year-round. As we savor the flavors of the Han Dynasty, it's clear that their culinary traditions were more than just sustenance. They were a reflection of their culture, values, and ingenuity. From humble flatbreads to lavish banquets, food played a central role in shaping the identity of this remarkable empire. Next, we'll explore another forgotten wonder, the elaborate burial customs that honored the dead and preserved their legacy for generations to come. Now, let's shift our focus from the vibrant flavors of Han Dynasty cuisine to the solemn and intricate world of their burial customs. The Han Dynasty's approach to honoring the dead was as elaborate as it was meaningful, reflecting their deep respect for ancestors and their belief in an afterlife. These burial practices not only preserved the memory of the deceased, but also left behind a treasure trove of artifacts that offer us a window into their spiritual and cultural world. At the heart of Han Dynasty burial customs was the concept of minki, or spirit objects. These were miniature replicas of everyday items, houses, tools, animals, and even servants crafted from materials like clay, wood, or bronze. The belief was that these objects would accompany the deceased into the afterlife, ensuring they had everything they needed for their journey. These intricate models provide us with invaluable insights into the daily lives and material culture of the Han people. Tombs during the Han Dynasty were often grand and meticulously designed, reflecting the status and wealth of the individual. For the elite, burial sites could include multi-chambered underground complexes, complete with corridors, chambers, and even ventilation systems. The walls of these tombs were frequently adorned with murals depicting scenes of daily life, mythological tales, or celestial imagery, symbolizing the deceased's journey to the heavens. These artworks not only served as decoration but also as a form of spiritual protection and guidance. One of the most striking features of Han Dynasty tombs is the use of jade burial suits, particularly for royalty and high-ranking officials. These suits, made from thousands of small jade pieces sewn together with gold or silver thread, were believed to preserve the body and ensure immortality. The craftsmanship involved in creating these suits was extraordinary, showcasing the dynasty's advanced skills in jade carving and metalwork. The Han Dynasty also placed great importance on the rituals surrounding death. Funerary ceremonies were elaborate affairs, often involving music, dance, and offerings of food and wine. These rituals were not just about mourning, but also about celebrating the life of the deceased and ensuring their smooth transition to the afterlife. The inclusion of personal belongings in tombs, such as jewelry, weapons, or writing tools, further emphasized the connection between the living and the dead. Interestingly, the Han Dynasty's burial customs also reveal their innovative spirit. Many tombs were equipped with mechanisms to deter grave robbers, such as hidden traps or false chambers. Some even featured drainage systems to protect the burial site from flooding, a testament to the dynasty's engineering prowess. As we explore these forgotten burial customs, it's clear that the Han Dynasty's approach to death was as much about honoring life as it was about preparing for the afterlife. Their tombs and funerary art stand as enduring monuments to their beliefs, creativity, and reverence for their ancestors. Next, we'll uncover another forgotten wonder: the remarkable technological innovations that propelled the Han Dynasty into a new era of progress and discovery. Now, let's step into the world of innovation and discovery as we uncover the forgotten technological marvels of the Han Dynasty. While many are familiar with the dynasty's cultural and artistic achievements, its groundbreaking inventions often remain overshadowed. Yet, these technological advancements were nothing short of revolutionary, laying the foundation for progress that would influence centuries to come. One of the most remarkable inventions of the Han Dynasty was the seismograph, a device designed to detect earthquakes. Created by the brilliant polymath Zhang Qian in the 2nd century, this ingenious machine was far ahead of its time. The seismograph consisted of a large bronze vessel adorned with dragon heads, each holding a ball in its mouth. Inside the vessel, a pendulum mechanism would detect tremors, causing one of the balls to drop into the mouth of a corresponding toad below. This not only indicated the direction of the earthquake, but also demonstrated the Han Dynasty's deep understanding of natural phenomena and their commitment to safeguarding their people. Another area where the Han Dynasty excelled was metallurgy. Their mastery of iron and steel production transformed everything from agriculture to warfare. The introduction of blast furnaces allowed for the mass production of high-quality iron tools and weapons, giving the Han Empire a significant edge in both productivity and military strength. Innovations like the double-acting piston bellows, which increased the efficiency of smelting processes, showcased their engineering ingenuity. These advancements not only fueled the dynasty's growth, but also set the stage for future technological breakthroughs in China and beyond. The Han Dynasty also made strides in hydraulic engineering, developing sophisticated water-powered machinery. One such invention was the water-powered trip hammer, used for tasks like pounding grain and crushing ore. This early form of automation not only saved labor but also increased efficiency, reflecting the dynasty's forward-thinking approach to solving practical problems. In the realm of transportation, the Han Dynasty introduced the wheelbarrow, a simple yet transformative tool that revolutionized the movement of goods and materials. Known as the wooden ox, this invention became indispensable in agriculture, construction, and trade, demonstrating how even the most humble innovations could have a profound impact on daily life. The Han Dynasty's technological achievements were not just about practicality, they were also deeply tied to their worldview. Many of these inventions were rooted in their understanding of the natural world and their desire to harmonize with it. From the seismograph's ability to predict natural disasters to the water-powered machinery that harnessed the power of rivers, these innovations reflected a society that valued both progress and balance. As we reflect on these forgotten technological wonders, it's clear that the Han Dynasty was a powerhouse of innovation. Their inventions not only shaped their own era, but also left a lasting legacy that continues to inspire. And with that, we conclude our journey through the 30 forgotten wonders of the Han Dynasty, a testament to their enduring impact on history and culture. If you've enjoyed this exploration, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more fascinating journeys into the past. Until next time, keep exploring. As we bring our journey through the 30 forgotten wonders of the Han Dynasty to a close, it's impossible not to marvel at the sheer breadth of their achievements. From the grandeur of Chang'an to the ingenuity of the seismograph, each wonder we've explored reveals a dynasty that was not only a powerhouse of innovation, but also a beacon of cultural and intellectual brilliance. These forgotten marvels, whether in art, science, or engineering, show us a civilization that sought to understand the world, improve lives, and leave a legacy that would endure for centuries. The Han Dynasty's contributions were not confined to their own time. Their advancements in agriculture, like the iron plow, fed empires. Their mastery of silk production wove connections across continents. And their legal and philosophical reforms laid the groundwork for governance and thought that would shape China and beyond. Even their lesser-known wonders, from the intricate lacquerware to the forgotten rituals, remind us of a society deeply rooted in tradition yet constantly pushing the boundaries of what was possible. What makes these wonders truly remarkable is how they reflect the Han Dynasty's ability to balance progress with harmony. Whether it was harnessing the power of water for machinery or creating art that celebrated the natural world, they showed a profound respect for both innovation and the environment. This duality of ambition and balance is perhaps their greatest legacy, one that continues to resonate in our modern world. As we reflect on these 30 forgotten wonders, we're reminded that history is not just a record of the past, but a source of inspiration for the future. The Han Dynasty's achievements challenge us to think creatively, act boldly, and strive for harmony in all that we do. If this exploration has sparked your curiosity, I encourage you to dive deeper into the rich tapestry of the Han Dynasty. There's so much more to discover, and each story offers a new perspective on this fascinating era. Thank you for joining me on this journey through the forgotten wonders of the Han Dynasty. If you've enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss an adventure into the past. Until next time, keep exploring, and remember, history is full of wonders waiting to be uncovered.